Desirable Beauties, thank you guys for joining me on another Lounge Talk series. This is number 3, and as you can see what we're talking about, I feel like this is something that we need to talk about. As always, like I say, go ahead and grab your drinks, go ahead and grab your drinks, go ahead and grab your snacks, whatever it is, and get comfortable, because we're about to talk. And as y'all can see, I had made myself a little coffee, a little ice cold coffee. Y'all, me making my own coffees has been saving me a lot of money, like a ton of money. So I have my phone here because it is charging, but I have notes in my phone to help me to stay on topic and not just be all over the place. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. As you can tell by the topic, this is something that I have heard countless of times, that the market is oversaturated, that everybody is doing it. Like, if I had $1 for every person who has told me this, like when they knew like that I was becoming a content creator or whatever, like if I had $1 for every person that told me this, I would probably be a millionaire. Maybe not a millionaire, maybe a thousandaire, because I don't think I've heard it that many times, but I've definitely heard it a lot of times. And it can definitely discourage you, whether it's the first time you heard it or the 100th time that you've heard it. And trust me, when you tell somebody that you're gonna be a content creator, they have no problem reminding you that the market is oversaturated, that there's a bunch of people already doing this, so you're probably not gonna get far. Like, trust me, I have heard this. So I'll talk a little bit about me first and kind of like my background of it all. Being a content creator has been something that I've wanted to do for almost maybe 19 years now. I remember making a few videos back then, like on makeup tutorials and stuff, but I was so insecure back then, so I never posted them. Well, I posted one of them, but I ended up taking it down the next day. I have always wanted a platform where I can talk and teach about God and, you know, beauty. And I personally feel like God really placed that desire in my heart many years ago. And as you know from my last video, and I'll put that up here, I was fired from my job back in January. So if you want to check that video out first, you can check that video out first and then come back to this one, or you can finish watching this one and then go watch that one. Either way, you should definitely watch both of these, okay? So since I lost my job, like, I felt like that was God kind of kicking me in the butt to go ahead and get started. Even though I'm still in the beginning stages, I'm finally able to start the vision that God gave me. I've always felt since the 5th grade that I was gonna be a teacher. Like, I can remember that day when it first came to me, like as clear as day, when I was like, I'm meant to be a teacher. Like, literally, I remember sitting in class and I was like, I'm meant to be a teacher. And I've always thought for a while that it was gonna be like in the school settings. And for a while, I actually did go to college for a little bit to pursue a degree in education. And then I also did some tutoring on the side. And then as time went on, my desires kind of began to change. So probably about 18 years old, I ended up getting an interest in makeup. So I wanted to be a self-taught makeup artist. And then I wanted to be able to teach others about makeup. And it's like, I remember, get my drink. But I remember like being so inspired by some of my fave YouTubers still to this day. The Infamous, Beauty by JJ, that was her name at the time. I don't think that's her YouTube name now, but Beauty by JJ, like Jenny Jenkins, that's who that is. But yeah, I just had so many inspirations back then, and it was like, man, I really want to be able to teach others how to do makeup. Like, I really want to be able to learn what it takes. I want to learn the skills. I want to learn the different techniques when it comes to makeup, and that way not only can I do it for myself, but also I wanted to teach others as well. Y'all, this is so good. This tastes like McDonald's frappes. Oh my gosh. And like, if we're being transparent, my desire initially was to just teach makeup and makeup only. But then it was like, God was like, no, include me in it. He actually gave me the name Desirable Beauty. I've always felt that God wanted me to work in ministry towards women and women empowerment. Desirable Beauty was birthed, I think it was back in 2014 is when Desirable Beauty came about. I thought that it was just gonna be centered around teaching people makeup, but no, it actually entails so much more. It's most importantly working on the inner disposition and you're loving yourself, you know, for who you are and loving your natural beauty. Then, you know, of course, if you want a little enhancement, then that's fine too. But when I say enhancement, I don't want people to think that, you know, that they feel like they're ugly or something like that and they just have to enhance that. No, it's working on, like I said, the inner disposition, knowing and loving yourself, how you naturally are, like falling in love with yourself naturally. And then if you're deciding to want to go ahead and enhance, you know, just for the sake of, you know, because sometimes we're girls, we're women, like we want to sometimes look cute or whatever, even though we know we're cute without it. But we, you know, sometimes we want a little enhancement, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. By enhancements also, Desirable Beauty doesn't want it to be like a make or break you type of thing. Like if you're not enhancing, you feel ugly and you just feel like you have to have it. So that's just a little bit background like about me and why I became and why I was inspired to become a content creator. But I want to let y'all know something. Content creating is not easy. Like content creating is not for the faint at heart. It's not for the weak at heart. There is a lot of work that goes into this. And for real, like if you don't have like a genuine passion or a genuine desire to really be a content creator, then it's probably something, you know, that you shouldn't do. If you're just doing it just to be like everybody else and you're so focused on like the numbers, the likes and the views, explain what it is that I'm saying when I say that. One thing I know for sure is that content creating takes patience. It definitely takes patience, okay? Especially for some of us who don't already have like a big following or who aren't already like super popular or whatever the case, because some people do get it easy. I'm not gonna sit here in front. There are some people who do have it easy, but then there's others who don't, like myself, who have to work for it, and it takes patience. But I don't mind this process because it's building my character, when I do get to a certain level or whatever, like I'm able to appreciate it. Like I'm appreciating every small step. The reason why I was saying, you know, if you're driven by the likes, views, and numbers is because if you're driven by those factors and it's not really something that you genuinely kind of want to do or genuinely have a passion for, let's say 6 months down the line, you know, you're still not really where you want to be. You still don't have the number of subscribers you want. You still don't have the number, you're still not getting the number of views you want. You're not getting the number of likes you want or comments. You're gonna give up easily. On the contrary, if it is something that you genuinely desire and you genuinely have a passion for, you're gonna persevere and you won't give up. It has not been easy being a content creator. It has not been easy at all. One thing with me is I definitely give my all when it comes to creating content, thumbnails, editing, all that stuff. And sometimes when I do those things and I can see, oh, I only get like 30 views or whatever on a video, it can be discouraging, but I want to do this so much. This has been a desire and a dream and a goal of mine that I'm not going to let that stop me. I am going to keep persevering. I'm not going to give up on it because this is something I genuinely want to do. This is something that I feel like I can really add value to my audience. This is a God-given vision. Those views don't give me purpose or value. Those likes don't give me purpose or value. It's God who gives me those things. It has been a hard 5 months, but no matter what, I continue to put my all into this. You don't want to be so focused on those things that you just lose the passion and the fun for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to continue trusting him because, you know, at the same time, your girl does not want to be a starving artist. So I know God is going to provide. He's definitely going to provide. Another thing when it comes to content creating that people I think should really think about if it's something that they want to do, there's a lot of time that goes into it. Sometimes it requires long nights, it requires late hours. I remember one time, right, I was creating a video. I had to re-record that video 3 times that day, and I was up to about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be up at 9 o'clock the next morning just to produce another video. So trust me, it's not easy. It's not pretty all the time. It can look glamorous on social media, you know, after you see, like once you see the content being posted and things like that. But to be honest, sometimes I feel like it's more non-glamorous than it is glamorous, especially in the beginning stages. Like a lot of people don't see the time that is spent into the craft. They don't see the amount of work that goes into it. They don't see the amount of failed attempts, the amount of retries on a video. Having content creators block, I will have to sometimes sit in my room or go to Starbucks sometimes and just sit for hours trying to figure out some fresh ideas for content. And it also sometimes it requires a lot of sacrifice right now. Like I've had to sacrifice, you know, wanting to have fun with my friends, wanting to hang out with my family, you know, so that I can produce content. I don't always like it. Of course, I'm not just neglecting people, but at the same time, I'm thankful that I do have people around me who understand, like, I'm trying to get somewhere. Like, I'm trying to do something that God wants me to do. I'm trying to, you know, fulfill a vision that God wants me to do. And so sometimes it's gonna take sacrifice. Sometimes I can't always hang out or go and have fun. This is something that I'm serious about. This is something that I have a passion about. And so I'm gonna take it serious. And sometimes I just have to say no. This is something I wanna do. I actually do enjoy doing it despite those things. Like, it's really fun, especially when it comes to learning to edit and learning different tricks and techniques with editing. Like, I absolutely enjoy that so much. And that alone can take a long time. Like, if editing can really take a long time, especially if you're one where you don't have someone who can edit your video, so you're filming and editing yourself, that can take a very long time. And if we're being real and transparent with one another, this isn't for everyone. If those things that I just mentioned aren't something that you really can handle, then it's probably not for you. And if it's, you know, all about the likes and the views and the subscribers and, you know, the numbers and all of that stuff, then it's probably not for you. It's a superficial thing or something that you're looking to gain status or importance from, then it's probably not for you. If it's something that you're not adding value to your audience and it's something that you don't plan on adding value to your audience, then it's probably not for you. And that's not meant to, you know, me saying those things isn't meant to discourage you, but it is to give people insight. Okay, is it something that I really want to do? Because yes, to answer that question, is the market oversaturated? It absolutely is. Absolutely, it totally is. YouTube, amongst other social platforms, seems to be highly saturated. A lot of people get into this and they think they can just copy so-and-so's work, like, and not really put any work for themselves. And I'm not saying this is everyone, definitely not everyone. But I will say some people do get into this and just copy so-and-so's work, don't put the work in to come up with their own. They lose authenticity. I don't wanna discourage anyone who's thinking about this. This is real stuff, like, I'm trying to talk about. Like, I don't want to always see posts or people are talking about, oh, the market is not oversaturated. You can No, the market is definitely oversaturated. But if this is something that, even though it is overcrowded, there's still a lot of room for new creators such as myself to thrive in this space. Quick little side note, I feel like in most lunch talk I never really drink my drink, but y'all, this iced coffee was just superb. Okay, I did my thing when it comes to this. I did my thing. Starbucks ain't got, what is it, how that TikTok go? Mount Everest ain't got me. I'm on well, Starbucks ain't got I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. But yeah, anyways, back to it. There's still so much room for new topics, new ideas, new styles, and new and different voices on these platforms. Don't let the fact that the market is oversaturated discourage you or deter you from starting a vision that God gave you. One thing I will say is stay true to yourself, because it is so easy when you become a content creator, especially YouTube or whatever the case is. You will notice sometimes, and I can even speak for myself, you'll start to pick up other things from other people. Like, you'll start to act like other people or whatever. Stay true to yourself. Have your own unique identity. And to be honest, sometimes that can take time to grow into. If this is a true and genuine passion of yours and it's something that you feel called to do, don't let the numbers discourage you. And if it does discourage you, let it do so for a little bit, but don't stay in that place. Keep moving, keep persevering. There is a wide door of opportunity open for creators who are truly talented, who are truly gifted and purposed to do this work. Be consistent, be a hard worker, be disciplined, but most importantly, put God first. And one thing I came to realization, even with writing this particular Lounge Talk up, if you're doing this, you have to treat it as if you're already where you want to be. So yes, I have 200, I think at the time of recording this, I have 253 subscribers, right? But I'm not gonna treat it as if I have 253 subscribers and just not put my all into it, my editing, my thumbnails, content, whatever. Like, I'm not just gonna 50% it, like, because I can't say the other thing, you know, half, you know, that, I can't say that. I'm gonna put 100%, 110% into this. I'm gonna treat it as if I am already where I want to be. Because first impressions, like they say, first impressions are everything. So you never know who can come across your videos. All it takes is one video. For somebody to discover one video, girl, you blow up and bam. Like, so if this is something, like I said, you're called to do, you have purpose, blah, 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 put your all into it. Fake it till you make it. There's a verse that I want to leave you guys off with, and it is Psalms 128:2, and I'll put it on the screen. It's the ESV version. To be honest, I don't like that version. So I'm going to read it from the New King James. When you eat the labor of your hands, you shall be happy, and it shall be well with you. And the ESV says, you shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands, you shall be blessed, and it shall be well with you. So just know, through consistency, and especially if this is, you know, there's purpose to this, just know eventually you'll be eating the fruit of your labor and you're gonna be blessed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Lounge Talk series. I know I feel like maybe in some things I was like a little about, but I just want to be real with y'all. And I know people can say like I have a little bit of subscribers, but it doesn't mean I don't put the work into it. I put just the amount of work into my content as somebody who has 1 million subscribers, and that's on the real. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys were able to take something from it, share with all of your friends, and of course hit that subscribe button. 500 subscribers, we are doing a giveaway, so let's go ahead and get this up to 500, and I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye.